Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to live mini lesson number 12, Getting More Out of Your Metronome. This is Spencer Kim Lessons, and I'm here to help you tackle your goals on the drums. This is super exciting. This one is very special for me because I have benefited so greatly from what I'm going to share with you that it just feels like I'm giving away special secrets. If you have struggled with your time, which everyone has, or if you currently do, or if there's certain spots where you feel like you just can't quite get it together and your timing is weak or needs work, then this lesson is definitely for you. I can hardly overstate how much these exercises work and how much they will blow your mind. I mean, these seriously rocked my world. They changed how I was able to grasp time and to keep steady tempo. And to share a confession with you, it was well into my professional career that I struggled with my time. Keeping good, steady, solid time. I mean, at least a few years into working professionally, it was a bit of an insecurity as a musician. And I mean, I just felt like whenever I wasn't playing with the click, like I didn't know exactly where I needed to be. I just didn't have that grounded sense of my own time. Like my internal clock wasn't quite developed like it is now. Not to say that I have perfect time by any means, but because of exercises like these that I'm going to share with you, my time has improved a lot from where I started in my professional career. So I'm excited to share these with you. And I think for a long time, a big mistake that I made was I had it in my mind that when I was practicing with the metronome, I wanted to hear as many of those clicks as possible so that I could lock in with every note that with something that I was hearing. So I think that served a solid purpose in the sense that I was learning how to play tight, which is really good. But overall, my time, like keeping time over the span of a song, 3 or 5 minutes, I would drag, I would fluctuate, I would speed up. It was just not happening. So however many years it was, it took me to realize that on my Dr. Beat, my Boss metronome, I realized that I could turn on the quarter notes, eighth notes, sixteenths, or triplets. And instead of turning everything on, what I realized was that if I turned everything off, except for the whole note, I had to rely on myself. So that's where the big breakthrough came, was instead of 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, and locking in with every one of those sixteenths or triplets, whatever I was playing, I now just had 1, and so on. So that's a game changer. And you'll find out quickly, if you've never done this before, that it is much more challenging than you might think. But I'm going to do some demonstrations. We'll get right into it. I have here on my phone a free downloadable app called Pro Metronome. You've probably seen it before. I think this is the most popular one that comes up in the App Store. This thing's awesome. It's simple, user-friendly, and that's what it looks like. So I have the click at 80, and that's what it sounds like right now. So I'm getting the tempo in my head, and I'm going to mute beats 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So now we just have. So as you're doing this at whatever tempo, you can just tap eighth notes and try to get on first, 2, 3, and then just start playing. See if you can keep a simple beat. dragging, and so on. Okay, I started to drag there at the end, but you get the idea. So that's mainly it. That's the main thing I'm giving you right there, is whole notes on the metronome. And I know it seems simple, like I could have done that on my own, but I don't think most people would think to do that on their own. So that's why I'm giving it to you. And a few tips that I'm going to give you to practice along with this are, the main thing is just throwing curveballs at yourself, regardless of what the tempo is or what styles you like. You just want to be doing stuff that causes you to have to rely on your own time, your own tempo in your head, or if you're going to say it's here, wherever it is, wherever that tempo exists, you want to rely on yourself rather than on hearing every chord or note and not having to really generate time. That's really what this is. You're generating the time. So that's super cool. Okay, so throwing curveballs at yourself, and you always want to have in mind what your weak spots are. Are you one who tends to rush fills and you get excited, so your fills rush, or whatever it is? You want to just work on things that change from one thing to another, as opposed to just playing one beat the whole time. It's not very hard to just lock one thing in and just keep it there. But you want to have transitions happening all over the place. Transitions from beat A to beat B, or moving to different parts of the kit, or changing dynamic levels is a big one. Or you can even try taking out your right hand and not relying on it to keep time, or even your left foot. A lot of drummers keep eighth notes with their left foot, and that's their time is right there, rather than generating it internally. So we want to get away from generating the time physically with one of our limbs, and again, just generating it in our heads. So I'll do one more demonstration of that, and then I'm going to move on to some other examples. How about I'll do some fills, dynamic changes, and then I'll try some stuff without the right hand playing steady eighths. Okay, back to the 80. Actually, I'll change it up. Why don't I'll do 110. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rushing a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go quiet. Dragging. Okay, breaking away from the right hand. Okay, and so on. You get the idea. Have fun with that. And if you get into faster tempos, much faster than this, I don't know, 120 and up, you can split the tempo in half so that you're only hearing the first of every 8 beats. That way it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not too close together as you get faster. All right, next exercise. I have 3 of these, by the way. Well, 3.5. Next one is, I don't know if you'd say this is easier or harder. It's a little bit of both. The idea here is that we're hearing a quarter note pulse, and we're changing from hearing it on the downbeats to the upbeats. So let's try 85. So the way to start this, just start tapping eighth notes, and you can accent the upbeats. But what you need to do is stop thinking about this quarter note that we're hearing from the click as our downbeat. These accents are now our new downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that even counting quarters with this as our downbeat might be a little challenging when you're first getting the hang of it. 1, 2, 3. I'll apply some of those other things. And so on. Of course, you'll want to vary the tempo. Try slower, try faster. They're harder in their own ways. Last exercise I'm going to share with you is a two-part kind of deal. It's going a step further from hearing the metronome on the upbeats to hearing it on the E's or the U's. So we're going to want to slow it down since this is harder. This is definitely more difficult to get the hang of. So I'll start with the U's. And the way to do this is when you're starting out, let's listen to the click. Start playing 16ths with the left hand leading. 1 E and a 2 E and a. And again, as we're starting to think of the new downbeat, you have to stop thinking of that as your downbeat. It's easier said than done. But this is how you do the U's, is you start accenting the original E's. Okay? 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Once you start doing that, then you start thinking of your accent as your downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So the click's now on the U's. 1, 2, 3. Got a little off there. I'm going to try a build. All right, and lastly, I'm going to show you how to play on the E's. Same idea. Start leading 16ths with the left hand, and then we start accenting the original U's. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3. And I'm starting with the left hand so that my right hand is leading with the new downbeat. 1, 2, 3. And then you start thinking of this as your downbeat. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4. I'll do this one faster. Let's do 80. Two, three, four. Got a little off there. And just for fun, you can hit those E's. All right, so that's the main idea. Those 3 exercises, you have whole notes, you have upbeats, and you have the third part, which are the E's or the U's. Be sure to spend time with these, and your timing will change, I promise you. So yeah, this is exciting for me to share just because I know it's helped me so much, and I've shared it with a number of students and it's helped them. So I hope for the best for you. And let me know in the comments, or you can send me a DM how this is working out, or what you're having the most difficulty or easiest time with. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and share. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.